there's an aspect of I don't give a fuck about your approach to business and media and things like that. Even when you started, I started watching your videos, when you first came.
Oh, no way. Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. And no, thank you. I mean, I learned a lot. And, what attracted me to it is I don't have anything I'm not trying to sell you anything.
Yeah.
I'm just talking.
Yeah.
And it's clear you have this demeanor about you that is kind of relaxed, and I don't know where that comes from, because a lot of founders are just so high strung. And
honestly, I think it's just I have a worldview that most people don't share, and I think it bothers a lot of people, and so I don't talk about it as much because I just but when I do talk about it, I get the most meaningful messages from talking about it, which is just I believe in cosmic irrelevance. And so the idea that someone is famous or not famous or has status or doesn't have status, I just wholeheartedly believe that in 4 generations, I will be completely forgotten and no one will care. And I think that just it just takes a lot of the pizzazz out of special snowflake ism. And it takes a lot of the anxiety out of the day-to-day operations of a business, the upside and the downside. And I would say that I think a lot of people, this is gonna be a little bit of a side quest, but I'll wrap it around. So I think many people desire emotional or mental stability, and I think it's absolutely a prerequisite for being a good entrepreneur, because there's just so many fires that come every day, right? And so I think people have difficulty with that because they don't define what it really means. It seems like a very amorphous thing, like emotional stability or mental stability. But what does that mean from a behavior perspective? And so I see that there's 3 components to it. So you have mental toughness, you've got mental resilience, and then you've got mental fortitude, and I'll define each of them. So toughness I see as your fuse. How many bad things can occur in a row without you changing your behavior? That would be toughness. The next is I'll go fortitude second, it's probably better. Fortitude is once you surpass your fuse of bad things that can happen before your behavior changes, how steep is that curve of your behavior change? Is it a little drop, or is it you go ballistic and need to go do heroin for 5 months? You know what I mean? I don't know, just something completely crazy, right? So that's the second element of it. And then the third element would be resilience, which is okay, how quickly do you bounce back? So what is the time between baseline behavior, change in behavior, and then recurrent to the original baseline? And so if you think about those 3 vectors, to me it's helpful so that I can think, okay, do I need to exhibit more mental toughness right now? As in, because the ideal scene is that just you have maxed mental toughness, and so that nothing changes your behavior. But we are human and we are fallible, and things do happen, right? And so if I am going to have my behavior change, then I want to think, okay, I want it to be as little of a steepness as possible in terms of my change, as little intensity. And then once I do notice that there's a change, then I need to execute resilience and say, okay, well, how quickly can I return to baseline? And so what's interesting about that is that all of those are behaviors rather than moods or emotions around it, because you can say, all right, well, I can still be upset about this thing, but if my behavior returns to baseline, then I can resume original function, which is going to disrupt minimally the system that I'm operating within, or that I'm a key role in making work. And so that's my little side quest. Coming back to that, I think what allows any founder is having some worldview. It doesn't have to be mine by any means, but I've seen super religious people who they're well, all of this is happening because God wants this to happen, and this is happening for me, not to me. Great, that's just as strong, maybe stronger of a worldview. But I think you should have some overarching
to couch that experience.
Schema. Exactly. That everything operates within, and I think that makes it significantly easier, because I think if you lack that, you become the center of your universe.
It's almost like a victim aspect of it.
Yeah, I can't believe this is happening to me. All of that kind of stuff. It's not fair. This other company's doing better. They got this better funding, or whatever it is. And it just doesn't matter. And in either of those worldviews, if you have the cosmic relevance worldview, it's well, none of us matter. And if you have the other one, it's well, the end game was never the achievement, but I am the end. I am the goal. Right. And if I am the goal, then all of these things happen through me, not to me. And so the idea is, how can I use these things to my advantage to get, if you have a God worldview, what the Creator wants me to learn from them. But both of these things can either make it a null point or make you better. And I see that as, at least, I think, the worldview of more successful founders.
Fascinating.